The story behind the song begins long before the spotlight ever touched the stage, in quiet rooms and rehearsals where dreams were nurtured with sweat, tears, and relentless dedication. On a crisp evening at America's Got Talent, the crowd fills the vast auditorium with an excited murmur, the kind of energy that feels like electricity ready to strike. Every seat is occupied, every eye directed toward the stage, every heart quietly bracing for a performance that could either impress or fade into the countless auditions that have passed through these hallowed lights. Yet, in this charged atmosphere, there is an unspoken sense that tonight, something rare, something extraordinary is about to happen. The young performer steps onto the stage, a figure that might appear ordinary if you judged only by size or age, or the calm confidence that masks the storm within. Hands slightly trembling, a deep breath taken, the performer surveys the audience with eyes that hold both determination and vulnerability. The judges, seasoned veterans of the show, exchange subtle glances, the slightest raising of eyebrows signaling curiosity, perhaps even skepticism. They have seen thousands of acts, each one hoping to leave an impression, yet something about this moment feels different. It is not just the presence on the stage, but the weight behind it, the sense that this is a story lived, not merely performed. The music begins, a single note that hangs in the air like a delicate promise. From that first sound, a transformation occurs. The performer, who moments ago seemed almost tentative, blossoms with a power that fills every corner of the hall. Each note is infused with precision and raw emotion, perfectly controlled, yet impossibly alive. The audience leans forward instinctively, as though drawn into a current they cannot resist. The judges sit motionless, their faces frozen in disbelief, because the energy emanating from this single figure is unlike anything they have seen before. The performance is no longer just an audition. It is a story, a life distilled into sound, movement, and expression. As the act progresses, the audience is swept along a wave of emotion. Every gesture, every step, every note seems to carry decades of struggle, joy, heartbreak, and triumph. The performer moves not with rote choreography, but with a deeply felt connection to the music, to the lyrics, to the story embedded within each measure. It is as though the stage itself has become a bridge between the performer's personal journey and the hearts of those watching. Tears glisten in the eyes of people who do not know the performer personally, yet they feel the authenticity, the honesty, and the vulnerability of someone laying their entire soul bare for the world to witness. A hush descends at moments, a collective intake of breath, followed by roars of applause that erupt like thunder across the auditorium. The performance is a dance of contrasts, soft whispers that make the audience hold their breath, explosive crescendos that shake the hall, delicate moments of intimacy that draw viewers into the performer's world. It is meticulous yet spontaneous, rehearsed yet alive with the kind of raw energy that cannot be manufactured. The performer's eyes shine not with vanity, but with the sheer joy of sharing something profoundly personal, something that has been cultivated over countless hours of practice, doubt, and perseverance. Backstage, crew members pause in their tracks, unable to tear themselves away from the spectacle. The music, while heard in every corner, seems to carry an almost tangible aura, a resonance that reaches beyond sound into the very hearts of all present. Cameras capture expressions frozen in awe, hands clapping, and mouths parted in disbelief. Yet no lens can truly capture the emotion rippling through the room. Every audience member, whether sitting in the front row or the highest balcony, is united in a single experience, the realization that they are witnessing something historic, something transcendent. The judges, whose lives are built around evaluating talent, are caught between their professional composure and the undeniable emotional surge coursing through them. They have been trained to critique, to assess, to measure skill against a standard. Yet tonight those standards feel irrelevant. The performance has moved beyond technique. It has become a living narrative, a communion between performer and audience. Gasps escape from seasoned professionals who know the difficulty of such control, of such presence, and yet they are powerless to resist the sheer magnetism of the act unfolding before them. As the climax approaches, the intensity deepens. The performer's movements are no longer just choreography. They are extensions of emotion, visual expressions of internal landscapes that words could never fully convey. The music swells, carrying with it the history of countless hours of dedication, moments of doubt overcome, nights spent perfecting every nuance until the performance was no longer just memorized but lived. The audience feels it as a shared heartbeat, a pulse that ties them together across distance, culture, and experience. Tears flow freely now, quietly at first, then in waves, as strangers find themselves crying for a story that is not theirs, yet somehow belongs to them. The final note hits, sustained and resonant, lingering in the air like a sigh, a release, a benediction. The entire hall sits suspended for a heartbeat longer, as if afraid to shatter the magic by moving or exhaling. Then, as if awakened from a dream, applause erupts, overwhelming in volume and intensity, a tidal wave of admiration, awe, and gratitude. The judges rise to their feet, some wiping tears, some laughing in disbelief, all unified in the acknowledgement that they have witnessed a moment that will be remembered long after the show ends. The performer stands, breathless, heart-pounding, and for the first time fully aware of the magnitude of what has just occurred. Not just a performance, but a statement of human potential, a testament to the power of dedication, emotion, and authenticity. The story behind the song lingers in the memory of everyone present. It is not only a tale of talent, but of courage, vulnerability, and the audacity to transform a stage into a world where emotion reigns supreme. The performance proves that greatness is not always measured by spectacle or grandiosity, but by the depth of connection it fosters between performer and audience. In this explosive audition, the judges were not merely impressed, they were moved, shaken, and inspired, reminded why music, dance, and storytelling exist, to bridge hearts, ignite dreams, and leave an indelible mark on the human soul. In the end, the performer steps off the stage, a quiet smile breaking through exhaustion, eyes glistening with tears as the audience continues to rise, clapping, cheering, and shouting with uncontainable admiration. Cameras capture the moment, yet no reco. Audition could ever truly encapsulate the electricity, the raw emotion, the intimacy, and the sheer magnitude of what occurred. The story behind the song closes with the understanding that true talent does more than entertain. It transforms, it elevates, and it leaves a lasting echo in the hearts of all who witness it. This was not merely an audition, it was an eruption of artistry so powerful that it will be remembered as a defining moment in America's Got Talent history.